Hey everybody, this is Sharika Matthews of Live Life Beyond Barriers. I just want to take a few moments this morning and just really express my gratitude for everything that's been going on. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been sharing with you guys more and more of my personal side, some of the things I had gone through over the past 3 years in my life. And while those things were not easy to go through and even harder to share with the world, share with my Facebook friends, my Instagram friends, and everything else, I am really grateful for having those experiences and having the courage to share it all, because one thing I do know is that the things that we go through are not meant for us. The things that we go through is number one, meant to teach us, but also, hey Shatoria, how are you? But also meant to help others not experience the same thing that we've gone through. So I shared you guys about my past relationship. I shared with you guys about the car accident. Hey Kim, I shared with you guys about my self-image and my confidence issues and the mirror thing and all this good stuff. And all of those things were necessary to bring me to this point. And I had this moment yesterday evening. As you guys may know, I love indoor cycling. So I've been doing indoor cycling now for about 8 months or so. And last night I decided to, hey Mike, how are you? Last night I decided to try, what is it called? Pilates. And I loved it. I really did. And I had this moment where I'm like, I really love the quality of my life. I love the fact that I have the time and the energy to put forth into cycling. I love the fact that I have the time and the energy to now add Pilates to that routine. I love the fact that I live in a beautiful environment. I have a park right outside my window, and I get to experience beautiful summer days and just beautiful weather and even snow that glistens in the wintertime, although I can kind of get tired of seeing the snow all the time. I realized last night that my quality of life has tremendously increased since 3 or 4 years back. And one thing I realized that this is something I prayed for. Number one, I wanted a quality of life where I had the time freedom and the financial freedom to do all the things that are important to me, to be able to dance, to be able to coach and to speak, to be able to exercise and take care of my body, and to do the things that I truly love. And I'm there. Now, I will say this. Hey, Kelton, I will say this, that the thing that I prayed for, that I wanted for my life, what I'm experiencing now does not look like it. This is not what I thought my life would look like. This is not, hey Edie, this is not what I thought my good life would look like. I didn't know I had to go through all of these storms to get to where I am today. Excuse me. But one thing I do realize is that what I prayed for, God gave it to me, but in a different form. And if I had been attached to getting the exact image of what I prayed for, if I had been attached to getting the exact house that I wanted, or the exact car that I wanted, or the exact lifestyle that I wanted, I would have missed out on the blessings that I'm experiencing today. Now, the way I got here, although I went through some challenges, it's the time period after I went through the challenges that allowed me to attain the quality of life, the happiness, the peace, and the energy that I have now. And hey, Tracy, and it's that time period after you go through your storm that really defines how you're going to achieve the things that you truly want. And one of the things that I did that I think really, really helped me is that I stepped back. I stepped back from all the things I was busy doing. I stepped back from coaching for a little while. I stepped back from speaking for a little while. I stepped back and took a break so I could realign my mental, my emotional, and my spiritual, and even my physical, so that I can get really clear on what's important to me and get really clear on my values. And I rearranged my life. I essentially made me, my health, my happiness, the center of my life, so that everything else would go around it. Meaning, I made my mental health a priority. I made my spiritual health a priority. I made my physical health a priority. I prioritized the things that was going to make me happy, healthy, and strong. And then I added coaching back. And then I added working out. Then I added speaking back. Then I added dancing back. Then I added everything else to it. But I did it at a gradual pace. It wasn't that I just pumped the brakes on everything, took a break, took a nap, and then came back to life as normal. I stepped back and then started adding a little bit at a time back into my life, made sure it aligned with my values and the things that were important to me, and allowed myself the time and the space for my energy to adjust, my schedule to adjust. Hey Pam, hey Elvis, to allow everything else to adjust to it so that I can ease my way into it and gracefully add that to my life. Because if I had just, went into exercising 5 times a week and then added Pilates the next week and then went on a restrictive diet the next week and then went full steam back into coaching and did full steam back into speaking and did full steam back into dancing, I would have been exhausted. I would have burned out like that if I tried to do all of those lifestyle changes in a matter of 30 days. And that's the thing that a lot of us, we end up doing. We end up trying to add so much to it, add so much to our lives that we overwhelm ourselves, and then we get discouraged because we're tired and we're not seeing results and things are not happening the way that we want them to happen. And so being able to pace yourself, being able to add one thing at a time, adjust, and then add something else, and then adjust, add something else and adjust, and still coming back to your core values and still, hey lady, how are you? Hey Vi. Hey, so you want to add it at a gradual pace so that you can adjust along the way. I was talking to my friend last night, my friend Kim, and she made the comment, it's like, it's what they tell you about diet and exercise, that you should gradually get into exercise and gradually change your diet so that you'll have long-lasting results. And it's similar to that, except for the goal is not to have long-lasting results per se, but so that you can adjust your lifestyle to it. And before you know it, hey Charles, and before you know it, you have this lifestyle now that you have all the physical things that you want. You have all the mental, spiritual, and emotional sturdiness and groundedness and energy that you desire. You have the physical body that you want, and you're doing the things that truly feed your soul. And now you're able to make better decisions and have better relationships, and you're able to live out your purpose, and you're able to advance in your career, and you're able to do every single thing that you truly desire, because now you learn to pace yourself. Now you learn to adjust. Now you learn to let go of the exact picture that you want and allow God to give you what you need. And that's really what it comes down to, is giving yourself the grace that you need in order to get to where you want to go. Because sometimes what we'll do, we'll fight against God. We'll fight against what God is trying to do. I had no idea I was supposed to move up here to Chicago. Like, if you asked me this 4 or 5 years ago, was I ever leaving Houston, Texas? I would have told y'all no. I had no freaking idea I would end up here. But coming here was not the easiest thing. I am so happy and so grateful for being here. I'm so happy and so grateful that I have the support system of new friends that I have here, as well as the support system of the friends I still have in Houston and back in Tennessee and everywhere else across the states. I'm so happy and grateful for the place that I live and the environment and the freedom that I have to move around and do things and stuff like that. I even learning, new dancing. I'm doing West Coast swing now. It's been great. And so I'm sharing all of this to encourage you guys to focus in on the quality of your life. Yeah, I know, right? Chicago it was a little bit of an adjustment coming from the South, coming from Houston and Memphis and Alabama and all of that, but it's been a great experience. It truly has. There's so much to do here in Chicago, so many opportunities, and so many people, women in particular, who are doing some great things, from running, Fortune 500 companies. They're running engineering companies. They're running banks and starting their own businesses. There's so much energy and vitality here, even in the wintertime. And so this has been a great, great experience here in Chicago. But I do want to encourage you guys to focus in on the quality of your life. If you are wanting to do something different, elevate in your life, get a new job or open a business or lose weight or just have more energy and vitality in your life, do so gradually, but pull back a little bit and get very clear on what your values are. My value specifically is spirituality, community, it's my health, it is serving others. So those are my core values. And so now that I understood what my core values are, now I can start making decisions in my life that will support my core values and allow me to move towards being the woman that I am really supposed to be. So that's what I want you to do. Focus in on the quality of your life and improve the quality of your life so you have the time freedom, the financial freedom, the energy freedom to do everything that you truly desire for yourself. All right, you guys, I hope that this video, although it was quick, I hope that you are able to take something from this, learn from it, apply it to your life, and step out there and do something that will really feed your soul, really feed your spirit, and get you to where you want to be. If you have been believing for something and working hard to get to the next level of your life, keep doing that, but also remember to let go of the picture that you have for yourself and allow God to give you something different. Because again, I keep stressing this. Where I am now, what I'm experiencing now, I love it. It's great. This is absolutely not what I had in mind when I prayed to God several years ago about the quality of life that I truly wanted. But I am so happy and so grateful that I was able to let go of that image and allow God to give me a new vision and a new reality that supports my true heart's desire. And I want the same thing for you. If you have any questions or comments about anything I've said here today, if you have anything of I'm in the process of downsizing my possessions. Yes. And that's a good point, girl, because so the comment here for guys who can't see it, I'm in the process of downsizing my possessions because I'm moving to either Denver or back to Chicago. I'm really excited about my future. That's another thing you bring up, such a good point, is that you have to learn to let go of the physical things. So when I moved here, I literally had to sell everything and give everything away, things that I thought were important to me, things that I was proud of, like my house. And you guys saw what happened to my car. There were certain things, artwork and furniture and stuff in my house that I really valued that I had to sell. And it was painful doing it. But in the process of letting all that stuff go, let me tell y'all, it has been a weight off of my shoulders. Like, you know, going from having a house to living in an apartment, life is so simple now. And I did not realize how complicated we make our lives by having so much physical stuff. You know, when you have a big house, guess what? You got to fill it up with things. And the more things you fill up, the more stuff and clutter you see around your house. And when you see so much extra stuff in your house, it is a challenge sometimes to think clearly. So simplify your life as much as possible. So I live in a smaller environment now, which I love. I have my groceries delivered now, which is so freaking awesome. I love that. I even have my clothes delivered. If you are one of those people like me who don't enjoy shopping, I tried this service called Stitch Fix. And oh my freaking God, I love it. I tell them what I want, what I don't like, the style that I am, send them a picture of my body type, and every month I get new items in the mail and it fits my body perfectly. Only thing I have to do with some of my pants is because I am short, I have to get my hem taken up. But other than that, I love the quality of clothes. It just made my life so much easier. What else did I do that makes my life easier? Oh, just the gyms that I go to. I have very specific gym memberships that help me do very specific things so I don't have to think about it. There are just so many things that I've learned this season of my life that sometimes simple is better in order for you to have a better quality life and have the mental space and the mental energy to make the important decisions so that you can enjoy life. Yeah, traveling the world. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine about taking a trip this fall, and he was telling me, yeah, you know, anytime I take a 2-week trip or a week trip, I have to pack 2 suitcases. I'm going, yeah, no, I'm traveling. I don't want to have like a bunch of clothes and a bunch of things and buy a bunch of stuff while I'm there and bring it back. Travel lightly, and that's the key, is to travel lightly. Not just, hey, Myrtle, not just when you're traveling the world, but when you're traveling life, travel lightly. Release some of the material things that you have. Release some of the mental things that you have. Some of us are still bound in our past, to our past, by our memories, by unforgiveness, by holding on, by hurt. Church hurt, or family hurt, or friend hurt, or work hurt. We are held back by a lot of things because we're holding on to so much stuff instead of letting it go and letting it be. Had someone else make a comment to me a couple of days ago, I think. He was like, hey, Key. He was like, you don't let stuff bother you, do you? You just let it go. I was like, absolutely. That's in the past. He asked me about my divorce and about some of the challenges I've gone through in the last couple of years. And I was like, there's no reason for me to feel angry about it or to feel some kind of way about it, because that's in the past. Now, would I have rather have not experienced that? Absolutely. But I do know that that experience was a part of my growing and a part of my training and a part of my blessing. I know that. So I don't have to feel any negativity or any kind of way about it. It happened. It was an event in my life. I learned from it, I grew from it, and that's what it is. They is nothing more and nothing less. So we have to learn to take things from our past, whether it was painful or whether it was joyous or whether it was uncomfortable, and just let it be information. It doesn't have to be an emotional attachment. You don't have to have an emotional response every time you retell your story or remember something that happened in your past. So let it go. Let go of the hurt. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. And give yourself the weights lifted off of your shoulder. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me this morning. Thank you guys for the comments and the hearts and the interactions. If this video was a blessing to you, please like and share it with your friends and your family. If you have any questions about anything I've said here today, if you have any questions about how to improve the quality of your life in particular, how to lighten up the load, hey Tony, how to let go of things in your life, just leave a comment below or send me a DM and let's start that conversation. Because as we get older, as we begin to progress in life, we've got to start enjoying life a lot more. That's something that's been very important to me, and I hope that it's important to you. So again, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for the hearts, the likes, the comments. Again, share this with your friends, share this with your family, and let's help all of us have better quality of life and live from a place of gratitude, a place of freedom, and a place of power. All right, you guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.